In this tutorial, you will learn how to use SelfCAD to design a fruit washer. As we design, we want the fruit washer to be comfortable to hold, lightweight, easy to 3D print, and most importantly, practical for washing fruit. That means we need a hollow body to hold the fruit, a handle, and drainage holes so water can flow through easily. We'll build each of those features step by step. To begin, we'll create the base cylinder, which will serve as the starting form for the washer. Activate Cylinder from the 3D Shapes category on the toolbar. For this example, set the height to 50 and the horizontal segments to 128 to give us a smooth circular form. Once that is done, click the check mark in the upper left corner to finalize the cylinder. Now that we have the basic form, the next step is to open it up so it can actually function as a container. Activate Polygon Selection, then click the top face of the cylinder to select it. After selecting it, click Delete to remove that face. This gives us an open cylindrical shape, which is much closer to the structure we need. At this stage, the form is open, but the walls are still too thin and would not be ideal for practical use or 3D printing. So now we improve the design by making it stronger. Activate Add Thickness from the Modify category on the toolbar. Set the thickness to 5, then click the check mark to finalize. You'll notice that the sides are now much thicker, which makes the washer sturdier and more suitable for printing and everyday handling. Next, we need to think about usability. A fruit washer should be easy to hold, so we'll add a handle-like side feature. Activate Cylinder again from the 3D Shapes category. This cylinder will act as a cutter to shape the handle area. For this example, set the top radius to 10, bottom radius to 10, height to 50, and horizontal segments to 128. Then position and rotate it so it intersects the side of the main body where you want the handle opening to be. Once it is properly placed, click the check mark to finalize. Now we'll use this cutter cylinder to create the handle opening. Select both the main body and the cutter cylinder, then activate Boolean from the Boolean category. In the Tool panel, choose Difference. Select the cylinder as the object to subtract and make sure to enable Keep Subtracted Object because we'll still need that cylinder for the next step. Then click the check mark to apply the difference. This creates the handle cutout while preserving the cutter object for reuse. Since we want the washer to remain lightweight and material efficient, especially for 3D printing, the handle itself should also be hollow. Select the saved cylinder, then activate Polygon Selection. Select the two end faces of the cylinder and delete them. This opens both ends of the cylinder. To give it proper wall thickness, activate Add Thickness again from the Modify category, adjust the thickness as needed, and finalize by clicking the check mark. Now the handle is hollow, stronger, and uses less printing material. With that done, we can now combine the handle with the main body. Turn off Region Selection and return to Object Selection. Select the hollowed handle and the main body, then activate Boolean again. This time, choose Union and click the check mark to merge the two shapes into a single object. At this point, the design is starting to look more functional because we now have a body and a grip integrated together. The next design step is to create the fruit holding section. We want a rounded inner form that can comfortably hold fruit while still leaving enough space for washing and drainage. Activate Cylinder from the 3D Shapes category. Set the top radius to 51, bottom radius to 51, height to 55, and horizontal segments to 128. Set the Y position to 4, then click the check mark to finalize. Once that new cylinder is created, select both the new cylinder and the merged body with handle. Activate Boolean, choose Difference, and select the merged body as the object to subtract. Finalize by clicking the check mark. This hollows out the larger cylinder while preserving the handle space, ensuring the handle does not protrude into the fruit holding area. This is an important design decision because it keeps the inside smooth and usable. Now we'll refine the shape so it looks more like a fruit washer and less like a plain container. To do that, we'll create a tapered top section. Activate Cone from the 3D Shapes category. For this example, set the radius to 35, height to 45, horizontal segments to 50, and Y position to 4. Click the checkmark to finalize. Select both the cone and the fruit body, then activate Boolean and choose Union. Click the checkmark to merge them. You'll now see that the top section has a more organic, fruit-like form, which improves both the appearance and the functionality by helping guide fruit into the washer more naturally. Now that the main body is complete, we need to focus on drainage, which is one of the most important functional features of this design. Without holes, water would collect inside, and the washer would not serve its purpose effectively. To create the drainage holes, activate Cylinder from the 3D Shapes category again. Set the top radius to 1, bottom radius to 1, height to 10, and horizontal segments to 128. Then set the Z position to -49 and click the checkmark to finalize. This small cylinder will act as our first drainage hole. Instead of creating each hole manually, we'll use duplication tools to build a clean and consistent pattern. From the Tools category, choose Copy Offsets. Set the Z offset to 4 and the amount of copies to 3. Then click Copy. This creates a vertical row of small cylinders. Select those cylinders. Then from the Edit menu on the top toolbar, choose Group. Grouping them keeps the design organized and makes the next duplication step much easier. Now we'll distribute these holes in a circular pattern, so the washer drains evenly across the body. With the grouped holes selected, go back to Copy Offsets in the Tools category. This time, set the operation to Pivot and set the amount of copies to 20. Click Copy, then close the panel. You'll now see a circular arrangement of small cylinders around the body, which will become the drainage holes. To prepare for subtraction, group the hole pattern again by going to Edit and selecting Group. Then select both the fruit washer body and the grouped seed holes. Activate Boolean, choose Difference, and select the grouped cylinders as the object to subtract. Finalize the operation by clicking the check mark. And just like that, the fruit washer design is complete. At this point, you have created a model that balances shape, strength, comfort, printability, and function. The body holds the fruit, the handle improves grip, the hollow structure saves material, and the patterned holes allow water to drain efficiently. The next step is to slice the model and prepare it for 3D printing. Once printed, remove supports, clean the model, and your fruit washer will be ready for use. Check the comments section to follow the interactive tutorial of the full design process.